think that companies, particularly in a post-COVID context globally, and I think in a country like South Africa, where you've got quite severe economic pressures on companies, is a critical issue. And so I think that setting the long-term vision, translating that into a set of targets in some cases, so for example, in relation to climate change, translating it into a set of investments in relation to something like infrastructure, and being able to understand the direction of march, I think is the critical issue, even if it is difficult or slower than one would want to be able to get those kinds of initiatives and things off the ground. So I think that we understand very clearly that sustainability is not a nice to have, it's a business necessity. And to be able to operate in a sustainable way, you've got to start things in the short term, but you've got to be very clear about where you're going in the long term. And I think that it is increasingly not a question of are we going to, by embracing a sustainability and an ESG approach to what we do, are we going to give up profits in the short term? Because I think that consumer tastes are changing. Issues around the way, for example, food is produced, the way goods are produced, is something of increasing concern to governments and to company stakeholders. And being able to take even the baby steps pay off in the long run. So, you know, I think that kind of a dichotomy goes back to sort of almost the kind of view that it's environment or development, or climate change or development. I would argue that at this point in history, that distinction no longer holds, and one has to embed a sustainable approach and good ethics and good governance in the way one operates at all times, because I think that what we see is that companies who do that are much more successful and can potentially avoid some of the resource constraints that other companies might experience if you kind of completely discount and ignore these issues, or some of the reputational damage that might occur from it.